Heat wave drags on in the west, and the winds are picking up. Firefighters keeping up the work battling hundreds of wildfires. ABC's Alex Stone is in Los Angeles County.
Here in California, rising Santa Ana winds this morning and dropping humidity levels have already exhausted firefighters on guard. But the focus right now is on Medford, Oregon. Overnight, a firestorm moving through the city. Tens of thousands evacuated. Oregon Governor Kate Brown.
Thousands of Oregonians have been evacuated from their homes, and many more are at risk.
All of this is being fueled by intense wind. Close to 200 fires are burning now in the west. Conditions should begin improving a bit tonight.
The chief and the entire police department command staff in Rochester, New York, leaving their positions in the wake of protests following the death of Daniel Prude last March. Jalen Johnson, who's been protesting in the city, says it's not enough.
The chief took an easy way out instead of being held accountable. He should have been fired without pay. He should have been fired.
A bombing in Kabul, Afghanistan, kills 10 and wounds more than a dozen. The country's first vice president was the apparent target. Survived. You're listening to ABC News.
Balance of Nature. Changing the world, one life at a time.
My name is Dr. Roger Bond. I've been in practice for around 30 years now. One of the products that I recommend to my patients, I highly recommend, is Balance of Nature, fruits and vegetables. Back in the early 2000s, I began to have some respiratory issues that affected my practice. It affected my family life to the point where I'd come home from work and basically just lay down on the carpet because I was so tired. As I took Balance of Nature, that began to slowly change and the energy came back and was able to enjoy time with my family. I recommend Balance of Nature to all of my patients because it's a product that works.
With 3 fruit and 3 veggie capsules, Balance of Nature provides you with all your recommended servings of fruits and vegetables every day. Right now, Balance of Nature is offering 35% off on any new preferred order. Go to balanceofnature.com today and use discount code FRUITS.
This is Mike 4 years ago. This is Mike having the same conversation with Debbie just last month. And today, he's at it again.
What's that, Mike?
I said our house is still underwater.
How do you know? Have you had it appraised lately?
Oh, well, no.
Has the coronavirus made your life less financially stable? Are you worried about your next mortgage payment? Reed's Family REI is a family-based real estate investing company ready to buy your house for cash in any area or condition and close in 2 weeks. You don't have to fix it up. There's no agent fees, and we handle the closing costs. Selling a home can be very stressful, and Wyatt Reed and his team at Reed's Family REI will put together the best possible offer for your specific needs. Sell your home fast with Reed's Family REI. 931-292-2875. That's 931-292-2875. And online at reedsfamilyrei.org. Reed's Family REI. Creative real estate experts for all your buying or selling needs.
Where Alabama talks. WVNN. Depend on it.
You know she made me rock and roll again. Put the swagger in my soul again.
Welcome back to Hometown Heartbeat. I am Zach Walker, your big, bold, beautiful, bearded host. Checking in, producer Connor, DJ Dallas, Sandy Lou who is not more than 2. I'll probably leave that off from now on. I don't feel the need to add that. Do you? You don't like that, do you?
I'm not a fan.
Why? But why though? I don't understand, Sandy.
I feel like a little child.
Well, that's because it's kind of indicative of the name, I think. But we'll work through that. We'll continue to get better.
But I do want peace and prosperity.
I don't know what that means.
Because
what do you mean?
Cindy Lou Who is wanting peace and prosperity with the Grinch.
Yeah,
no.
Peace and prosperity with the Grinch. Got it. I got it. Okay. I think we got the microphone issue fixed here. It sounds a little bit better. How's it sound over there, big guy? I'm not going to peek anymore. I made some adjustments. Everything still sound good?
Yeah, you're sounding good on our end.
Well, that's all that matters, buddy. All that matters. What? You can't see it anymore. Hey, what happened to the old webcam over there, buddy? I can't see the phones.
Oh, I'll get that fixed up real quick.
Thanks, man. You're too kind. You're too good to me. You're too good to me.
Job, but, you know.
Well, it is, but that hasn't stopped you from not doing things in the past. So, it's all good. If you're watching the live stream, we've just moved the stream over because we were, we had to make some changes and had some challenges this morning. So make sure you go to www.thehometownheartbeat.com. At the top, you can watch live, you can listen live. You can do all of the above, but make sure more than anything that you go to the podcast. We really need you to go to your favorite podcast app, search for Hometown Heartbeat with Zach Walker. Make sure you subscribe. Mary, have you subscribed to Hometown Heartbeat yet?
I've done it on iHeart, but I guess I'll do that
There
now.
it is. There it is. We will go ahead and get that done with Mary. We were talking about a lot of things there in the break. But did you ever find that Decatur Daily article that we were talking about?
I did, but I forgot my login.
Oh, okay.
I'm not going to lie.
Can I tell you what's frustrating about that whole thing is the fact that I don't like having to pay for news like that. It's so frustrating.
Yes.
That's one of the things we're working on here at Hometown Heartbeat. Hometown Heartbeat will exist not necessarily to be just our show, but we'll also, I think what we're working on is creating a free news site, a free content site where you can come in and get your political news, so we're working on some things there. Hang with us. That should be really interesting as we continue to add things to our product offering. In the meantime, I do want to make sure I announce our new sale that we have with our advertising partner Aardvark Tees. They are super awesome with keep making sure we have plenty of swag, which none of us are wearing it today because we're terrible branding and marketing. No, I'm just kidding. We're good at that, but I guess you have to do laundry at some point. But they are offering 15% off for any of our beautiful listening audience that wants a dozen shirts or more. If you want to order a dozen shirts or more, Aardvark will they will take care of your needs there and give you 15% off. All you have to do is tell them the Beard sent you. And Aardvark is they're in Elkmont. They're the best screen printing and T-shirt place in town. So there's the housekeeping items. But we were talking about this whole concept of the ruling class and subjugation, which is what's happening. And I want to make a point that I think we could probably get Mary fired up on if I had to guess. But it's amazing what the government was able to do to us in such a short period of time. Think about what they were able to accomplish. They shut down economies. They made sheep out of everybody. It's like your shirt says. We've seen it in a lot of things too. When companies require social distancing or they require whatever, it's less about the actual disease. For companies, it's about the liability. They don't want the liability of someone getting sick on their watch.
Right.
In the same way, these government organizations, they don't care about your health care. They care about the control. Mm-hmm. They care about exerting the control. Now, am I saying the mask ordinance isn't working? Well, numerically speaking, yes. It seems to be having some kind of impact on the amount of cases. Now, that being said, we also have to take into account the fact that we now need to act this way with flu season. We now need to act this way with if we're going to do this, if we're going to be consistent, then we have to be this concerned about the flu as well, because it is also a very deadly disease by these metrics, right? And so it's one or the other. And that's my issue here is that it's not about the disease. It's not about coronavirus. It is about that control.
But how was it done? It was done in a multi-pronged attack.
Well, yeah. Oh, okay.
To treat the flu like this.
Well, no, Dallas, I wasn't saying that we should treat the flu like this. I was saying that if we're going to sit here and scream from the rooftops, the mask is working, this is the way we need to treat coronavirus, then by the death metrics, if you go look at mortality rates, then if we're that scared of this disease, then we also need to be that scared of the flu. Does that make sense? Like I'm not advocating in any capacity that we wear masks during flu season.
I feel like it's going to be a long time before we get to take the masks off.
I feel like it'll be November the 4th.
I feel like it'll be in November. Yep.
We shall see.
I don't know. I mean, it might. I feel like it depends on who wins the election too, though.
Yeah, I don't think it will, because I think that at some point we are, even if it's Biden, if it's whatever, that they can't keep this going forever. Like it's going to. This is a election strategy. This is the only election strategy of the Democrats right now, because they have no real policy to speak of. They have nothing else to stand on. So their entire campaign strategy is disparage Donald Trump.
Mm-hmm.
Well, if you keep watching CNN, everybody's going to be afraid, and you can probably keep those people wearing masks forever.
Oh, yeah.
No, because they're sheep. Bah.
That's what I worry about, is the people that are following a lot of the mainstream media and following the lie.
Yeah.
Because we're getting it, you're seeing it in our commercials now. You're seeing it in, they're trying to normalize it in everything they do. Wait until some of the shows start coming out and the people are wearing masks. Just wait.
Yeah. You're not wrong about that. It has definitely been an interesting case study in subjugation, which is a word that I know comes across very extreme probably to a lot of you, but it's exactly what it is. It's a matter of showing us that we will do whatever we're told to do, because we're good little lambs that will go right to the slaughterhouse if we're asked to go. And honestly, everyone said, well, we're just doing it for a period of time. There's never been a government in the world that has taken power from the people, and then after whatever fill in the blank reason they used to take that power, said, you know what, that's over now. Here's your power back. Here's your freedom back. That doesn't happen. You know why? And we've said it on the show from day one. What's my favorite saying, Dallas? Absolute power corrupts absolutely. Every single time. That's why we have cop problems. If we have a cop problem in this country, it's not about cops. It's not about the racism of cops or the widespread systemic racism. It's about the fact that when you give a bad person a badge and a gun, they get to act a certain type of way. Mm-hmm. And it's not about the racism. It's the fact that, we've all met that cop. Everybody's been pulled over by that guy that thought his badge and gun was a crown. And he could treat you however he wanted to with no recourse. And so it's a bigger symptom. It's a bigger problem that we're dealing with here than just wear a mask for the coronavirus. It's about being a follower and just allowing ourselves to be railroaded by a large, overreaching government that wants to step into every part of your life. And it's why I said yesterday, honestly, I would identify with libertarians probably more than I would any party out there. I have issues with the libertarian moral side of things. They fall short on a ton of the moral issues, in my opinion, because they allow freedom to go too far to the point where you're giving people the freedom to do things that are morally reprehensible, whatever. That's the right word, isn't it? Reprehensible?
That works.
Yeah.
I think
okay.
so, yeah.
English is hard. And so, that they kind of lose me on that. But outside of that, when it comes to freedom, they've got the freedom part down. And small government, big opportunity for us to operate with individual freedom. And so again, it is, and I'm glad your shirt's awesome, and I'm glad to know. Here's the one thing I have learned doing this radio show. This is new for us still, and we're still working our way through this. But 2% of the far left and 2% of the far right are occupying 98% of the of the voices out there. You're hearing the vocal majority is really the minority. It's the 4%, 2 on either side that is lunatic crazy. Far, far, far left and far, far, far right. We're just giving them too much airtime.
Actually, they're the same thing when you get down to that far.
No, you're right. It's a circle. Mm-hmm. It really is. And that's the unique part of it is it really is. It's more of a circle than it is a line. And that's uncomfortable for a lot of people.
Mm-hmm.
especially for those of you that claim, listen, and you don't know you're that person. When I say this right now, you're like, yeah, those people are terrible, but you are that person, and you don't realize that you're right there. You're kissing cousins with AOC. I'm just saying. Or Kamala Harris, but then again, she might try to marry you.
Oh.
Ooh, low blow. Keep it in the family. But no, that's right. We're going to go to a break. When we come back, we'll dive into some more headlines, more news of the day. There's a couple other things out there that we wanted to touch on today. You're listening to Hometown Heartbeat. Listen, make sure you go to www.thehometownheartbeat.com. At the top, watch live, listen live, podcast. Join us in 100 different ways every single day. We'll be right back.
You're listening to Hometown Heartbeat.
You go as hard as you can. And then a little harder.
And then it was like I stepped funny,
Mm-hmm.
and I could barely walk on.
Okay, let's take a look.
At Lang Chiropractic, we'll help your sports performance and your overall health by improving your range of motion, flexibility, relieving inflammation, and so much more. Focusing to improve your health and wellness in all areas of your life. Whether you're having trouble with back pain, neck pain, or just want to start feeling better when you wake up in the morning, Dr. David Lang is focused on a whole person approach, finding those underlying causes and creating a personalized plan for your individual needs. Schedule your visit by calling 256-444-1600. That's 444-1600. At Lang Chiropractic on Highway 72 East in Athens in the Publix Shopping Center. Visit us online at langchiropracticcenter.com. Lang Chiropractic. We've got your back. Come see us today.
Though the world is full of wonders to amaze you as you roam, some of life's greatest treasures are found very close to home.
Find your own treasures at Highway 31 Flea Market. We have it all. Lots of furniture, both painted and project pieces, along with chairs, tables, televisions, books, and so much more. Our prices are unbeatable with products you'll love. Maybe you're looking for a bed frame, or maybe some tools. You'll find a great selection right here at Highway 31 Flea Market. We also have all kinds of collectibles and antiques. Want even more deals? You can jump on board with our week-long online auctions, beginning every Tuesday at 7 p.m. It's simple. You can join the auction at fleamarket.highbid.com. That's fleamarket.hibid.com. And be sure to visit us Monday through Saturday from 9 till 5 at Highway 31 Flea Market on Highway 31 South in Athens. What will you find when you shop Highway 31 Flea Market?
What's going on, everybody? Zach Walker, your big, beautiful, bearded host here on Hometown Heartbeat. I wanted to talk about my friends over at Cotton Row Productions. If you're a church, creative, or pastor, and throughout this coronavirus, you have decided it's time to invest in your live stream capabilities, look at what we're doing here. The Dale Jackson Show and Hometown Heartbeat are proudly produced by Cotton Row Productions, and they are the best in live media production and creative for your church. They work with any budget, any amount of equipment. Look, it's a frustrating process, I know. And they are the best in the business at getting you and your message live streamed. And when we're talking about the gospel, what more important message? So reach out to my friends at Cotton Row Productions at 256-289-7355. Again, that's 256-289-7355. And when you call, make sure you ask for producer Connor from Hometown Heartbeat and the Dale Jackson Show. They'll take great care of you. What's going on, everybody? Zach Walker, your big, boisterous, bearded host from Hometown Heartbeat, 5 a.m. to 7 a.m. on WVNN. Let me tell you something. We are so excited to be joining you guys on the radio, on the live stream, on the podcast, on the website, on the interweb, on the Facebooks, on the Tweetergram. We are fired up, and you should be too, because it's one of the only places you can get real truth in the media. So make sure that you go to thehometownheartbeat.com, thehometownheartbeat.com, and at the top, click Listen Live, Watch Live, or Podcast. Every day the archive comes out, no commercials. You can get smarter and not have to listen to ads. Make sure you join us every day, Monday through Friday, 5 a.m. to 7 a.m. on WVNN. That's thehometownheartbeat.com. Stay classy, San Diego.
The Dale Jackson Show, weekday mornings only on WVNN.
Welcome back to Hometown Heartbeat. I am Zach Walker, your big, bold, beautiful, bearded host. Here, got a full house today. We got producer Connor, DJ Dallas, Sandy Lou, who joining us, guest hosting with us this morning is Miss Mary, and we've been talking about a ton of fun stuff today, like being sheep, and always a fun topic to dive into, especially for us freedom-loving patriots like ourselves. But there's a headline here that caught my attention this morning. Mayor de Blasio boasts of, quote, overwhelmingly peaceful weekend in New York. And you know it's bad when you draw the ire of the liberal media. When you can over-exaggerate enough to piss them off, you know that you're in trouble because they literally have not written a single fact in months. And so for them to get angry about this says a whole lot about this comment. So Mayor of New York City, Bill de Blasio, I know this will shock you. He's a Democrat.
What?
Assured residents on Tuesday that the Big Apple enjoyed a, quote, overwhelmingly peaceful Labor Day weekend. Now, this is where the left is finding themselves, and the right. This is not just the left or this is both. This is where those who are out there in power right now are finding themselves going a little too far. Like, listen, I'm okay with we're making some statements of, it was a peaceful weekend, or we had a better weekend than normal, or but a, quote, overwhelmingly peaceful weekend. Like, why do you take it so far every time? That's when you find yourself in trouble, is when you take it to the point of over-exaggeration. You sound like me. My wife says I'm an exaggerator. I don't know where she gets that from, but apparently she thinks that I am an exaggerator. That being said, I guess the 6-year-old that was shot and the other 24 people, that'd be 24 people.
So it's peaceful because 200 weren't shot.
Yeah, it's peaceful because only 25 were shot in 3 days. What is that on a daily basis? Like, what is that? 8 1/3 a day. 8.3 people a day were shot in New York, and we had and that's just New York City, by the way. In fact, where he clarified, this is where he got some pushback, and he very quickly snapped back at a reporter. I'm talking about Brooklyn. So we're not even talking about all of New York. We're talking about one borough in New York. And we can't. And here's the thing. I think he's trying to say that it's all about the fact that, he pulled $1 million away from, he cut $1 billion, billion from the police department. They've experienced a huge uptick in crime, and now 25 people get shot in 3 days, and it's an overwhelmingly peaceful weekend. And he pushed back with, it's here. Let me just read this. De Blasio's description of the weekend drew scrutiny from the media, according to the New York Post, when, quote, later pressed on characterizing the long weekend as peaceful. De Blasio doubled down. He goes, quote, I was talking about Central Brooklyn. He snapped at a reporter. The mayor added, I think the entire nature of the NYPD is to think proactively and strategically, and that's what we're seeing.
So he's projecting.
Yeah. Well.
How long is he mayor for?
I think 4 years.
When is he out?
Well, he won't be. I'm sure they'll vote him back in.
Again. Double down on stupid. I don't understand it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to figure out, when is de Blasio up for re-election. There it is. It says here that 2021. Oh, too bad Mayor Bill de Blasio is unable to run for a third term due to term limits. So apparently his time in New York is over, and all New Yorkers everywhere said, oh, man.
And considering all of his voter base, all the wealthy have left. So I think he might have it'll be interesting to see what happens in 2021.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, he was begging.
It's been peaceful. Mm-hmm. That's how he's trying
We're
to
not
get him
talking about
back.
the violent crimes. I'd like to know how much theft, how much assaults.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Did you die? That's
They need to report that. They need to come up and say, I died. There I was.
things are crazy across the country right now, and it's because you voted in idiots. But yeah, I mean it is. Look, there's nothing, and that should be the highlight of your day, and it is ours for certain. Mary wakes. I always like to know how it feels for those of us that aren't on this daily regiment.
It wasn't bad. Yeah. It's unwilling. I've got a cat that wakes me up. He's my alarm.
You know what the first problem is? You have a cat.
You're right. I have to rehome him.
Yeah.
I do have to rehome
I don't know why anybody has cats. No
I love
offense
this
to
cat.
cats, but there's nothing good about it. I was attacked by a cat, and it's it's
How old were you?
young. My mom says it didn't happen, but I'm convinced it happened.
Was it a mountain lion?
Maybe.
Wow.
That would be a story.
That would be.
That'd be a story. Was it, I got attacked by a cat. Was it a tabby? Nope. Mountain lion.
Oh my.
That would be.
Mountain lions are animal attacks are up, and this is a fun take of mine here. I think it's biblical. Yep. I know it's biblical that in the last days the animal attacks are going to skyrocket. You're going to see all kinds of crazy things happening, and I think we're starting to see that. I mean, again, don't let me be that guy sitting here saying, and there's a lot of stuff out there right now that people are saying, oh, it's the end of days, it's the end of days, it's the end of days. The chip's going in, yada yada yada. The vaccine, and I don't think that all of the prophecy lines. There's a lot of very specifics that have to be accomplished that aren't necessarily happening. So we can't point to this and say this is absolutely the end of that this is what was prophesied. But certainly we're seeing things shift. I don't think the Lord's going to tarry. I'll put it that way.
Right.
We're on the back nine.
We're seeing things shift in that direction. Like the spirit of it is here, but not the actual.
I've been reading Jeremiah and Ezekiel, and let me tell you, when God wants to move, it'll all fall into place real quick.
Oh, absolutely.
It's going to happen in a hurry.
I can't say when or where, and I'm thinking we're closer rather than farther.
Oh, absolutely.
But if you really want to look at it in a theoretical, we've been in the end days since the day Christ
Bingo.
rose.
Exactly.
No, and that's the biggest thing that I think Christians miss, and it's something that it changed my life when I recognized it. But understanding that the kingdom of God, if you think about the Old Testament and how the Christians when they received Christ, when they were saved, eternity for them happened right then and there. Because the death, burial, and resurrection had not yet happened, and so I think we oftentimes think as heaven as this cloud environment where we're going to go and be in this ethereal kind of place where it's all, and that's not the case. Like eternity is today, the kingdom is now. When you receive Christ, you have to live that way, and it changes everything. And I think that's hard for a lot of people. But you're listening to Hometown Heartbeat. I am Zach Walker, the big, bold, beautiful, bearded host of Hometown Heartbeat. Go to thehometownheartbeat.com, www.thehometownheartbeat.com. We'll be right back.
You're listening to Hometown Heartbeat. This is News Talk 770 AM, 92.5 FM, WVNN. News starts now.
A firestorm hitting the west coast from Washington State to Southern California. There are at least 200 large wildfires burning right now. ABC's Alex Stone is in L.A.
At least here in Southern California, the Santa Ana winds, which honestly don't seem that bad at the moment. It's really not windy here. They're due to hit their peak midday today and then begin dying down. The wind is everything in these fires. The wind is what pushes flames into neighborhoods like in Medford, Oregon overnight. So things should begin getting better later today.
Thousands had to be evacuated from Medford, Oregon throughout the night. AstraZeneca's COVID vaccine trial is being done at Oxford University and has now been put on pause after a human subject developed an unexplained illness. New study of patients with severe cases of COVID-19 finding the virus can cause long-term damage to lungs that lasts after the infection is gone. Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell announcing the Senate will vote tomorrow on a Republican coronavirus relief plan. Democrats say it doesn't do nearly enough for those who need it. Sherry Preston, ABC News.
What's going on, everybody? Zach Walker, your big, beautiful, bearded host here on Hometown Heartbeat. I wanted to talk about my friends over at Cotton Row Productions. If you're a church creative or pastor and throughout this coronavirus, you have decided it's time to invest in your live stream capabilities, look at what we're doing here. The Dale Jackson Show and Hometown Heartbeat are proudly produced by Cotton Row Productions, and they are the best in live media production and creative for your church. They work with any budget, any amount of equipment. Look, it's a frustrating process, I know. And they are the best in the business at getting you and your message live streamed. And when we're talking about the gospel, what more important message? So reach out to my friends at Cotton Row Productions at 256-289-7355. Again, that's 256-289-7355. And when you call, make sure you ask for producer Connor from Hometown Heartbeat and the Dale Jackson Show. They'll take great care of you.
Oftentimes, people save their fine dining experience for a special occasion. That's wonderful, but isn't all of life a celebration?
I survived Tuesday.
We finished the homework and nobody cried.
I was awake for the entire conference call.
Life is short. Why wait to celebrate?
Join us at the Rail Yard for an extraordinary meal. Just because we'll be reopening on August 13th, reclaiming the spot for downtown Decatur's hottest spot for delicious farm to fork Southern comfort food, craft beer, craft cocktails, and always great times. That recipe, combined with the amazing atmosphere of the local history of downtown Decatur, makes the Rail Yard the perfect place for an afternoon lunch or a relaxing evening out. The Rail Yard on 2nd Avenue in beautiful downtown Decatur. Make your reservations online at therailyarddecatur.com or call 256-580-5707. That's 580-5707. Craft beer, farm to fork, Southern comfort food, and always a good time.
Not very long ago, the story you're about to hear would have been shocking. Today, it's routine. The story starts July 12th. 20-year-old Alejandro Maldonado Hernandez was arrested after a street race crash that killed an Oregon woman and severely injured her husband. Mr. Maldonado Hernandez was jailed on charges of felony manslaughter in the 2nd degree, felony assault in a 3rd degree, misdemeanor reckless driving added on. Alejandro Maldonado Hernandez is an illegal immigrant. On July 16th, United States Immigration and Customs Enforcement issued a detainer at the Washington County Jail in Oregon so that if Maldonado Hernandez was granted bail, he would immediately be taken into federal custody. On August 8th, Mr. Hernandez was granted bail, but the detainer issued by ICE was ignored. The Washington County Sheriff's Department says that federal ICE detainers are not lawful or enforceable in Oregon. So this past Tuesday, ICE announced that investigators have learned that Alejandro Maldonado Hernandez fled to Mexico to avoid prosecution, meaning that the felony manslaughter, assault, and reckless driving charges lodged against him are now unenforceable. Liberals in Washington County, Oregon have got to be very pleased. They have raised the middle finger at their enemies, the American people, who want immigration law enforced. Death and injury of American citizens, basically meaningless in liberals' worlds. Athletes nationwide talking about the relief they're getting from Level Select CBD sports creams and roll-ons from Cadenwood, the leader in CBD. Baseball legend Steve Garvey, with a National League record 1,207 consecutive games, uses Level Select CBD daily. He swears by it. Countless other athletes, including former quarterback Carson Palmer, PGA champion Ricky Fowler, find Level Select CBD helps keep them in the game. It works for them. It can work for you, too. Level Select CBD has a full line of products to choose from, all independently tested, made in the USA, with 0% THC. Go to LevelSelectCBD.com. Use the promo code CBD30 for 30% off any of their CBD. That's LevelSelectCBD.com and the promo code CBD30.
Not available in Idaho?
For up-to-the-minute news, log on to WVNN.com. Depend on it.
Welcome back to Hometown Heartbeat. I am Zach Walker. I'm big, I'm bold, I'm beautiful, I'm bearded. I am your host, and we've got producer Connor DJ Dallas, Sandy Lou Who, and Mary has gotten her name. If you listen to the show often, you know that I must name everyone. I'm a big namer. I love a good nickname. And so in the break, Mary said to me, "You're old enough to be my son." To which I replied, "Can I call you Mom?" After everyone stopped laughing, Connor threw out Mama Mary. And I said, "By golly, I think we found her name."
I have no words. None.
Connor, what do you think about that one? You named her, so...
Oh, it was just the first alliterative thing I could think of. And I think it works. She doesn't seem to like it, which makes it a little better.
Oh, it definitely makes it better.
Well, I am contrary, so.
You're what?
Mary, quite contrary.
Oh,
I actually thought about
goodness.
that at the very beginning, yeah. Mary, quite contrary.
Wasn't there a hip-hop Christian group named Mary Mary?
Yes.
Shackles on my feet so I can dance. That was them, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It sounded just like them?
No. Not anywhere
I thought
near
it was pretty much a Dead Ringer.
No.
I never heard of them.
Really?
Never.
Oh, my goodness.
I just want to praise you.
I'm only recently into Christian music.
Yeah, I didn't listen to Christian music for a long time because you can't. You're going to hell if you listen to Christian music. Did you know that? If it has, never mind. I can't go. I'm not going to have that conversation.
I was about to say.
That would have been, well, I grew up in a very specific denomination.
Gotcha.
And so there was only certain types of Christian music that I listened to or was permitted to listen to or that was biblically acceptable.
I was a heathen.
Yeah. No, I was just religious. I didn't know Jesus. I went to a church and was religious. I told the story yesterday on my wife and mine's first date. I argued with her about a certain essentialness that was required, and I didn't know Jesus at all. Like if we had gotten in a car crash and died on our way to our first date, I would have pranced through the gates of hell and had no idea who Jesus was yet. I wanted to argue religion with my wife, and that's the funny part of religion versus relationship is what it does in terms of kind of setting you up on a path, on a course. So anyways, that is, we have named Mama Mary. She is officially named, and name it and claim it, and it will be so. Connor, she thanks you so much. I'm sure you are her new favorite grandchild.
Payback is hell.
Exactly.
Oh, you can't say that on this show. This is family friendly.
No,
I've said it 3 times. It's okay.
You're good.
I was just going to say HE double toothpicks or something.
Yeah. Use
HE
something.
double hockey sticks?
Something like that.
That's
a word.
even better.
Oh gosh. And we've crossed the line into preschool, and we're not coming back. We're not coming back. By golly. Connor, how's school going, buddy?
Oh, it's going good so far. Not a whole lot other than just the usual daily grind.
What is the usual daily grind? Walk me through a day in the life. It's been a long time since I've been in high school.
Well, we do the block schedule, so that means in a typical person's day, they'll have 4 blocks, about 90 minutes each. And then Athens does this thing.
That sounds awful. We did we had the same schedule every day.
Mm-hmm.
So you say block schedule, meaning like Monday, Wednesday, Friday look different than Tuesday?
No.
Oh, okay.
I think the middle school does that now, but the way Athens does it, you have it the same. Your classes swap at the semester.
Oh, okay. So you have 4 different class schedules a year or 2? 2.
One with 4 classes in the fall
you.
and 4 completely different classes in the
So
spring.
we did the same class schedule for the entire year,
Yes.
but we had like 8 of them.
Mhm.
Yes.
Okay.
This is more, akin to like a college type schedule, in a way.
Yeah, I don't remember what college schedules were like because I never went to class.
Yeah, so I like it more personally. It amounts to less homework every night. So you can move through classes quicker.
Wait till college.
Yeah, exactly.
I may have been the worst student in the history of students. That's a title I'm not proud of, but I was awful. See, here's my problem. I was smart enough. I was so smart actually that, and I don't not to like that sounded cocky, but I was smarter than for my own good because I didn't need to go to a class. If it was a class that had non-cumulative final, so the final wasn't from material from day one to the end, I would not go to class at all. I would show up for test reviews. I would not do a single assignment all semester. I would show up for the test review and take the test. I would get all A's on the test, and then the final, I would go to the final review, get an A on the final, and I would get a C. And I didn't do a single assignment. The only grades in the book were all A's, and I knew that I could do well enough on my test to not have to do what I considered busy work at the time. So,
were you paying for it?
Oh yeah.
Then it's fine. That's fine.
No, she's not wrong.
She's not wrong.
She's not wrong. But that's like saying, I go to the stock market and I buy losers on purpose, and as long as I'm paying for it, it's okay. It is okay.
But
it's absolutely okay.
Well, the thing is, you're taking responsibility. You took the C.
Yeah.
I mean, you didn't want to go better. If you wanted to get better and really learn it, then you could have. But so the thing is it's your choice. You made these choices. That's why I'm not going to kick you for it.
That's called liberty.
Mm-hmm.
That's called freedom. It's also called stupid. And I was that guy. Well, let me back up. Was I paying for it? My parents might disagree with that assertion.
If your parents were, I'd be looking at you a little.
Oh, but here's the deal. I mean, and I've told this story. I think I told it yesterday, whatever. Like, I got kicked out of my house because I continued to make decisions that were not my parents, and my parents were paying for things. And the beauty of what my parents were willing to do, what a lot of parents today are unwilling to do. My parents looked at me and said, "Hey, these are your options. If we're paying, you can do this, this, or this. But if you do this, this is the outcome. If you don't get these grades, we're no longer going to pay. If you make this decision, we're going to." And so there was a point, I'll never forget where I was standing. It was the best thing ever happened to me in my entire life. I got a call from my dad. I was in between our gym and the auditorium walking up the road there at the school I was at the time. And my phone rings. I'm like, "Hello?" And he's like, "Hey, bud. How you doing?" I'm like, "Good." Like, "Dad, what's going on? Why are you calling me in the middle of the day?" And he was like, so what'd you do last night? Now, my dad still had access to my bank account because he was putting money in it, right? And he had seen a charge at a place that I was implicitly not supposed to be and did a decision I wasn't supposed to make. And I said, "Oh, I did this and that and the other." And he was like, "Okay. Well, that's not what I saw that you did. And look, I'm not mad. I'm not going to yell. I'm not going to scream. But I've told you, you've made a decision. You're a big boy. You're a man. And you've shown me you're a man. And so now you get to be a man. Here's your insurance premium. Here's what that cost. Here's your cell phone bill and what it cost. Your tuition is due on such and such date, and that's what it cost. You've got time to get loans if you want to stay in college, or you're welcome to, find a different path. But don't, come home for Christmas, come home for Thanksgiving. But, that's the extent of you're welcome at our home, and I love you, and I'd do anything in the world for you. But you've time and time again chosen to not live the way that we expect you to live, and so nothing wrong with that. You're a man.
Yeah.
But if you're going to be a man, it's time to fully be a man, and so you're going to own your decisions. You're going to pay for your decisions. You're going to, and so I wish you the best in that. And obviously, don't be a stranger. I love you more than I'll ever tell you, and I promise you this is one of the most painful days in my life. And no matter what happens, we're here for you. But you got to do it your way.
Absolutely.
Excellent, Father.
At the time, I was like, I just remember like this pit in my stomach. Like I felt sick. Like you know how when you just like you can't shake it, and it's a physical thing that doesn't have a physical cause even. But it was the best thing ever happened to me, and there were a lot of rough patches between there and 6 years ago when my life was radically transformed by the gospel. But that's something that a lot of kids today will never have to deal with, because we've got a generation of parents who want to coddle and you're talking about the helicopter parents.
Oh yeah.
Helicopter. I mean, hey, why does my son have a bad grade? Well, because your son's a bad student. No, he does. Little Johnny he deserves a good grade, but he didn't do his work. But that's okay. He's little Johnny. You're like literally, he beats the heck out of slaps you watch it at 2 and 3 years old. You watch these kids throw these temper tantrums and do this, and you just see it happening.
Oh, absolutely.
You see it happening from start to finish. And so, anyways, that's kind of a brief background on I know what we got there by talking about college and was I paying for it. After that day, I promise you that. And I didn't stay much longer. I also know that. So
there you go.
Let's go to a break. When we come back, we got one more segment. We'll talk about, I just got a comment here on the live stream that I'm going to investigate quickly, and if we'll come back and talk about it here in the last segment. You're listening to Hometown Heartbeat. I am Zach Walker, your big, bold, beautiful, bearded host. We'll be right back.
You're listening to Hometown Heartbeat.
You go as hard as you can. And then a little harder.
And then it was like I stepped funny,
Mm-hmm.
and I could barely walk on.
Okay, let's take a look.
At Lang Chiropractic, we'll help your sports performance and your overall health by improving your range of motion, flexibility, relieving inflammation, and so much more. Focusing to improve your health and wellness in all areas of your life. Whether you're having trouble with back pain, neck pain, or just want to start feeling better when you wake up in the morning, Dr. David Lang is focused on a whole person approach, finding those underlying causes and creating a personalized plan for your individual needs. Schedule your visit by calling 256-444-1600. That's 444-1600. At Lang Chiropractic on Highway 72 East in Athens in the Publix Shopping Center. Visit us online at langchiropracticcenter.com. Lang Chiropractic, we've got your back. Come see us today.
This is Mike 4 years ago. This is Mike having the same conversation with Debbie just last month. And today, he's at it again.
What's that, Mike?
I said our house is still underwater.
How do you know? Have you had it appraised lately?
Well, no.
Has the coronavirus made your life less financially stable? Are you worried about your next mortgage payment? Reed's Family REI is a family-based real estate investing company ready to buy your house for cash in any area or condition and close in 2 weeks. You don't have to fix it up. There's no agent fees, and we handle the closing costs. Selling a home can be very stressful, and Wyatt Reed and his team at Reed's Family REI will put together the best possible offer for your specific needs. Sell your home fast with Reed's Family REI. 931-292-2875. That's 931-292-2875. And online at reedsfamilyrei.org. Reed's Family REI. Creative real estate experts for all your buying or selling needs.
Karen's a quilter.
Karen's Quality Quilts. Quality custom quilts quickly.
How's the quilting business, Karen?
Kinda quiet. My quest to quadruple my quilting sales has created a quagmire.
Can I be candid, Karen?
Okay.
You need a website that can encompass the quality of your quilts.
I know quilts, but I know no computers. They're confusing.
But there are people who know coding like you know quilting.
Who's that?
I'm glad you asked. WebUnderdog creates websites that don't just catch the eye, they catch customers. And they're as user-friendly for you as they are for your clients. We build high-quality, clean, well-coded, custom designs for organizations of all sizes that are affordable, professional, and specially made for your brand and visitors. Outside of responsive web design, WebUnderdog also offers search engine optimization, website management, and so much more. Give your business the professional touch and contact WebUnderdog for a free web design quote. Call 256-998-0667. That's 998-0667 and online at webunderdog.com. WebUnderdog, your local web design and SEO agency.
In any home, cabinets are an instrumental part of your design. So, when you open your current cabinets, what instrument do they play? Wouldn't you rather they sounded like this? They can. It just takes one call to us.
Cabinet Express Online, North Alabama's premier cabinet supplier. Whether you want a complete custom kitchen or some of our RTA line, at Cabinet Express Online, you will get the most value out of your hard-earned money every time. Are you looking for framed or frameless? Either way, in no time at all, your dream kitchen can be a reality. And the only place you should trust to bring that dream to life is Cabinet Express Online. Schedule your free design consultation today with Cabinet Express Online. Call 256-289-7355. That's 289-7355. And online at CabinetExpressOnline.com. Design your custom kitchen today with Cabinet Express Online.
WVNN.
Welcome back to Hometown Heartbeat. I am Zach Walker, your big, beautiful, bearded host. Checking in producer Connor, DJ Dallas. The whole crew is here today. Sandy Lou Who, Mama Mary, she loves that, joining us live. We have some news to discuss that is quite interesting. It appears as though Donald Trump has been nominated for a Nobel Peace Prize. But before I do that, let me tell you about Dr. Lang. Dr. Lang is the official chiropractor of Hometown Heartbeat. He is a good personal friend of mine, and he is the best in the business because they treat the problem, not the symptom. It's not about it's not about just making you feel better. It's about fixing your underlying conditions so that you actually have no need for a chiropractor any further, which sounds counterintuitive, but it's the right thing to do. And that's what you get from Dr. Lang. Give him a call at 256-444-1600. They are in the Publix shopping center. Tell them the Beard sent you. And don't forget, Dr. Lang's got your back. So Donald Trump nominated for Nobel Peace Prize by Norwegian official, citing the Israel-UAE peace deal. What are the odds this actually happens?
They're in a conundrum right now.
Why is that, you think?
Because they'll show their true colors. If they don't want it, we'll be able to see the delineation. Because if they go for it, that means you're supporting. If you go against it, they won't know what to do.
Yeah, they'll reveal themselves to us for sure.
Oh, absolutely. And
No
it's going
doubt.
to be fun to sit back and watch.
Yeah, you get your popcorn ready.
Yep.
I mean, there's no way this actually happens, huh?
You know what? Never say never. You don't know. I've been surprised for the last, 10 years.
Yeah.
And every time they won't do that, and yet they do.
Yeah.
Like the mask situation. Sorry, I'm going to bring that in.
Hey,
Yeah, you sure
absolutely.
are.
You should.
They're not going to
It's
lock us
evident.
down for 6 months.
And here.
We are.
Yep. I mean, yeah.
You really don't like the mask ordinance, do you?
No.
Tell us how you really feel about it, though.
Just a minor inconvenience. Huge inconvenience.
So, the Nobel Peace Prize, if you look at past winners, I think the word peace is oftentimes non-existent even in some of these, at least in some of the nominations. It's like it's lost its meaning.
Right.
Exactly. Well, and correct me if I'm wrong, didn't Obama get it and he had done nothing yet?
Let's see here. I'm looking.
Yeah,
Yep, in 2009, Barack Obama won the Peace Prize, the Nobel Peace Prize, quote, for his extraordinary efforts to strengthen international diplomacy and cooperation.
Really?
I'm sorry, what?
Yeah.
This is hey, and by the way,
I'm
this
stunned.
is on nobelprize.org. I'm not reading this off of the Onion or Blaze or
I
any.
thought you were.
Yeah, no. This is not a Babylon Bee segment here. Let's see. Oh, wow. Okay. Marty Ahtisaari for his important efforts on several continents to resolve it. Okay, that's peace. This one's good. The Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change.
Oh, yay.
Wow. That's.
Don't get me started on climate change.
Ruining the world.
Oh, my gosh.
No, look, here's the deal. Climate change is real. It's not wrong. They're not wrong in saying there is climate. It's called weather. I know we just picked up a tangent here in the last. I mean, we're on the 2-yard line about to run this thing into the end zone, and we're going to pick up a Hail Mary and throw it. But if they believed it, their life would look different. I tell people all the time about when I'm talking about Jesus. Go up at 7:45, beautiful and illustrious, and sorry. I got a flat tire. I got up and I walked. I went over there, got my tire, put it back on. When you meet Jesus, you get convicted. That didn't meet Jesus. About fuel and diesel engines and big trucks and summits on climate change. And so, is man-made climate change a thing? Nope, not even a little bit. Not even on their best day. And the same people who are
I know.
No, Nobel Peace Prize. Peace reconciliation with North Korea. No, you thought, I think he's dead.
He might be until you get absolute proof.
Right.
Not saying you can't believe anything.
The thing, lines of what they don't say, and you have to find every little nuance.
Well, this has been your Friday. Good God. This has been your Wednesday edition of Hometown Heartbeat. I'm Zach Walker, your big, beautiful, bearded host. Mama Mary, thank you for joining us. For the whole crew, we say goodbye. Go to thehometownheartbeat.com. Check us out. We'll be with you tomorrow morning. Have a great day. Test.